YouTube, what is up? It is your boy Metal Matt. Thank you once again for rocking with me. Please like, share, subscribe, bell. Like, share, subscribe, bell. Please. Please, please, please. Look at that. It's sometime o'clock. I'm not going to say when. I want you all to think that I live in a place with no real solid time, where it's either always light or always dark. Maybe I do live in a time like that. Serious topic tonight, very personal. Not quite sure where to start or end. I'm just going to let it out. I'm just going to expel it from my system, which I do quite a bit. Mostly in writing, but sometimes in these videos. But not as much as I would, by hand. So, I do not have children of my own, biological children of my own. There are many reasons for this. I will not get into in this video. This is not the time or place for that. What I want to say is, I've been told much of my life by quite a few friends and acquaintances that I would make a good parent in their eyes. I have been with partners who have kids several times. In fact, my ex-girlfriend has two incredibly beautiful, very, very smart daughters that part of the excruciating agony of the breakup was saying goodbye to them. That really sucked. I entertained fantasies of being a stepfather to them, in specific, those two girls. Regardless, that's in the past. Hopefully they'll be fine without me. I'm sure they will. But that's just the latest in a long line. Many years ago, I had a girlfriend who, she's no longer with us, she's passed, but she had a daughter before she even met me and had given her up for adoption. And it was a wise choice. She was in a bad place at the time. Things were rough with her and the father of the baby. It was probably, I think it was for the best, honestly. And as far as I know, that little girl, because it was a while ago, that little girl is now a very successful young woman. I ain't as young as I look. So it's a past life. But, if she'd been in our lives, I would have done my able best to be a decent father figure to her. So I've been a father figure many times. I'm an honorary uncle to quite a few kids running around this world. Uncle Matt to a few youngsters. And I feel very, very fortunate to have that honor. It is an honor. Someone chooses you to be their uncle. Or their dad, for that matter. These things are good. I'm glad I'm getting them out. I'm getting them said. I'm getting them on film, video, whatever. Binary code. There are people in this world who shouldn't have kids. And I'm not going to speak generally. I'm not going to get into philosophy, natalism, antinatalism, the child-free movement, any of that type of stuff. Those are all things I'm interested in and that I discuss and argue and fight about and agree and disagree, what have you, with people that I know, with and without kids of their own. I think that being a parent is a fundamentally, it's one of the most critical and crucial jobs you will ever have, roles you will ever play as a human being and as an adult. I take it so seriously that I don't have kids. I've heard some form of that. People say that over time. I've heard people say that, but it's not, I don't see it as a bumper sticker. I think parenting is so important. I'm not a parent. I think that most people who are parents, I understand that the whole thing is you gotta, it's basically take a step out there and there's the wire, it will catch you. It's an act of faith, right? Having kids is an act of faith. And I don't want to say most parents, strike that. I didn't even finish that sentence, right? But a lot of people who have kids, I think, had no idea what they were getting into. And I don't just mean it's going to be up all night needing to be burped and fed and have its diapers changed. I'm talking about when all of that's over and the kid is sentient and she has opinions and ideas and preferences. She has favorite colors and songs. And it's not just cutesy kid stuff anymore. Nothing wrong with cutesy kid stuff, but it's not that anymore. Now she likes, this is wishful thinking, but my daughter, my magic, ethereal, hypothetical daughter, guess what? She loves Devin Townsend's music. One of my favorite musicians ever, right? A god of heavy music, of life metal, a genre it's been coined just for him, because it's not death metal, it's very life-affirming, it's life metal. One of the best live artists I've ever seen in my entire life, Devin Townsend. My daughter says, I love Devi, Dad, he's great. I think I would just be so blown away by, like, not just that we have something in common, me and my little girl, but that him, of all people. Point I'm making is, she now has tastes of her own, or she's like something I'm not into. Dad, God help me, I love Imagine Dragons. Oh God, you had to pierce both lungs. You couldn't just do one. I'm kidding. If you like Imagine Dragons, right on. They're not my thing. I hope I'm making a point here. I'm sorry. There's a lot of side roads in this, but I'm actually speaking to some very specific people here that I'm not going to name at all. That's not the point. And I'm not being passive aggressive, as I've said in other videos, but what's the point of vlogging if you can't talk about life, actual life, the life you're living, the life that you're in, the life you lead, right? But I know someone in particular who I've watched their little boy grow up, over time. And she has no fucking idea what she's doing. And I don't just mean she doesn't quite get it. I mean, she doesn't see him as a separate life unto himself. She's herself, he's himself. He came from her body, but he is his own body and being. She's never seen him as that. He's her part too. It's that creepy shit, like I made him, he's a part of me. He is a part of you. He's also his entire self. Like, I'm a part of my mother and my father. I'm also fucking me, just like they are parts of their parents, but they are also themselves. They don't owe their parents a thing, aside from to live honorable lives, which I believe they do. I'm trying to do that, especially now in recovery. But this person I know, I'm not gonna call her a friend, 'cause she's not my fucking friend. She's a fucking evil cunt from hell. She doesn't recognize his personhood. She never has. Every time she talks about him, it's like he's a puppy she bought, which that's not even a good description, because a puppy is its own being. It's not a part of you. It doesn't matter that you feed it and that you paid for its papers and its license and you walk it and take it to the vet. That's great. You're doing just like when people say, like, your kids are alive, congratulations, you've done the bare fucking minimum as a parent. Exactly. Your son's alive and he doesn't have fucking polio. Congratulations, you're not a complete fuck up. But he's always been this, like, she treats him, I'm gonna be sick, I'm gonna make myself sick on camera. She treats him like he's this little alien larva that came out of him. Like, he even kind of looks like one in the way that she wrapped him when he was a baby. And he's adorable, by the way. He's the cutest kid you've ever seen in your life. He's like, what I always say, he's like a Pixar baby. Big eyes, big bright eyes. He's gorgeous. He's older now, he's a kid now, but I mean, when he was a baby, he was amazing looking. Kid, sweet-natured and sweet-tempered. All that stuff. I mean, just an ideal child, from what I can tell. And he's just been, to her, he's this magical, larva, angel, spirit creature that she takes endless goddamn selfies with. He's always a prop in the photo. He's never his own self. He's always, I'm Matt, and this is my son, Michael. This is Michael. I made him. He came out of me, and he's mine forever. He's always mine. He'll always be mine. And then you start, the Stockholm Syndrome vibes hit, and the Munchausen by proxy, and all these horrendous things that that some parents are capable of. Just fucking their kids up so savagely that they've got no chance of redemption, psychologically and emotionally. And I fear that for him. to the point where it's kept me up nights. I'm not even in this kid's life, and I can't, it drives me crazy. What a fucked up, just awful catastrophe he has for a home. A sick joke that he was born into. This self-absorbed fucking cunt who can't fucking conceive of anything besides herself because she's a massive goddamned narcissist. And if you know anything about narcissism, you know that they're creepy fucking people. I'm not going to return to that video I did before with that thing. I'm not going to rail about that too much, but you are not their friend. You are not their lover. You're not their brother, their sister, their friend, their coworker, their boss, whatever. You are an extension of themselves. You're a limb. You're not my friend. You're this other person that I'm going to assume likes what I like and thinks what I think. And if you don't like what I like and don't think what I think, you're wrong and you're bad. You're bad. I don't like you. I don't like you. And that infantilization, that infantile, fucking stunted, cancerous, malignant, underdeveloped emotional sickness comes out of them and just coats their peers like an oil slick of malformed ego. And that's how she is with her boy. And I believe this is dangerous. And she's just one example. I've known others like this, parents like this, that just, I look at them and I just, in my mind, I hear it so loud, I have to be careful. I wonder, did I actually just say that out loud? Oh shit. In my mind I hear, you're a rotten parent, or you should not be a parent, or what the fuck were you thinking becoming a parent? And it's not funny at all. Like, if you're laughing, cool, I guess, but like, it's not funny the way it is in my head. Like, I'm seriously like blown away, taken aback by some of these people, because I'm just like, how the hell are you going to raise this child? And the thing about a child is, it's many things. But first and foremost, it's a living human being worthy of all rights and respect of all human beings. And also, it's a fact. That child is a fact. It now exists. Where there was nothing, now there is something. Form and void, the oldest duality in all of philosophy and ontology. The most basic thing there is. Something and nothing. You went from nothing to something. There he is. On his boppy pillow. By the way, I hate that. What a stupid fucking name for a product. Boppy pillow. We all know what they are. It's a $60 fucking neck pillow for an airplane ride. But anyways, all these people, I see their kid pictures with their boppies and stuff. I'm so sorry. I bet people are in the comments like, Matt hates people with kids. I don't. The thing is, like I said, I think kids are wonderful and amazing. I just think that way too many people who are just savagely self-absorbed make the mistake of reproducing. Like, you can't take care of yourself and your inner child. How the fuck are you going to take care of an actual child who I hope to fuck is nothing like you when they get older? Please don't be anything like your piece of shit father. Please. Or your horror show of a mother. Please. Please, universe. He deserves better. She deserves better than the thing they came from. I did not remotely expect this to be this kind of a rant, but I had to get this out. I'm debating whether or not I'm going to even post this, because there's just so much rage in this, but it's coming from the heart, you guys. Like, this is coming from my heart. Like, and you know what? I'll give the other side of it. I know people who are wonderful parents, who are amazing parents. Maybe why I'm not talking about them is I'm jealous. You know, I see them, the everyday stuff that hopefully they don't take for granted, because I wouldn't, you know. During this pandemic, I've seen a couple of my friends on Facebook, when things kind of loosened up a little bit, before the spike came, we all had to go back home again, but being safe, you know, wearing face masks, sanitizer, all that stuff, but going out to the park with their kids. They're at the park with just a blanket out, like a picnic, and they're just laying there with their kids, just having sandwiches, or, you know, iced coffee, my usual prop I don't have with me tonight. Maybe next time. But it just, you know, and it looks like lovely, healthy, practical family activity. And I think it's wonderful. I think it's sublime. I think it's a little bit profound. It's beautiful. And I see that a lot. And you guys out there, I think some of you know who you are. I'm not gonna say your names, but there's some people out there that I know who have kids. Your kids, not only are your kids adorable, but you are sweet, sweet people, loving people who deserve the kids you have, and they deserve you. And you're awesome. I want to finish on that note, because the earlier stuff is gonna give me just goddamn ulcers, you know? You can't go through life worrying and getting furious on everybody else's behalf without taking some direct action from it. So get pissed off and then do something with it. Like the famous union organizer, was it Joseph Hill, said when he was dying, he said, "Don't mourn, organize." And that's the lesson I've got to learn myself. I'm trying to learn on camera for you guys so you can watch it happen in real time. Don't mourn, organize, Matt. Like, this kid still has his life ahead of him. Maybe if there's some luck in the universe, he's got a shot at a decent life away from that conniving, narcissistic bitch of a mother. Please, let's pray. Let's pray, please, to whatever gods are out there, that he's got a chance in this world. And that kids like that have some chance. Someone special comes into their life and sees them and says, you got a raw fucking deal, kid. You deserve better. Here's a guitar. Here's paints. You like TV? Let's watch some TV. It's a beautiful day. Let's go to the park. Like Matt's friends with their kids. This has been Metal Matt. Thank you so much for rocking with me. This was a bitter pill, rough one. I apologize for some of that harshness, but my points were very sincere. Child abuse can occur passively. What I'm talking about here is essentially abuse. This person I'm talking about, I feel it's a form of abuse. If you are so up your own ass about your magical ability to reproduce that you completely ignore or are oblivious to the bare, raw fact of this human life you've brought into existence, if you are that fucking solipsistic, narcissistic, and egotistical, you don't deserve the children you have. Bye.